Ssangyong Utes as we say a very good morning to Chad Naylon in commentary.
Good morning to you too, Jess. It is a very good morning. Love being in this part of the world. New Zealand, it's spectacular year round. And September, we're racing in September this year, April next year. Really looking forward to being over here for the Anzac Day weekend. Special time of the year for everyone in this part of the world as well. And the Ssangyong Rhino Racing Series rolling out for their first race of the weekend. And I see the trainer coming. AJ, with a toot of the horn, let's get into the action this weekend. Good morning to you.
Very good morning to you too, Chad. The rail line runs directly beside the back straight here.
Yep.
Right on cue.
Heard stories about cars back in the 60s and 70s clearing that fence and ending up somewhere near that railway road down there. This used to be called Rail Corner, I think, down here at Turn 4. Now GJ Gardner-Holmes' turn. Big day yesterday. Lee Holdsworth quickest in practice. Shane Van Gisbergen right there with him. Looking forward to practice 3 in the supercars not too far away from the Avis drone cam. High above the thoroughbred circuit, it's Christina Orwest. She picked up the first ever pole award here in the first season. She's backed it up yesterday with another pole award. Mark Mallard alongside her, Murray Brook, James Watson. So James Watson and Mark Mallard worked together really well yesterday to push themselves up the order. Top Regine, we said yesterday, is very exciting. Watch him from the outside of row 4. He's going to go full send at some point. Alex Sherry's been racing a few different forms and categories here in New Zealand over the years, but has found a happy home in the Ssangyong Rhino Series this weekend. Big field of cars down to row number 10 with Clark off the back, going through that new chicane section, lining up for a rolling start. Good crowd starting to roll through the gates already. And with 5 Kiwis in the field, like Jess mentioned, to cheer for. 3 of them from the North Island, or particularly from around this part of the world in Auckland. They're going to be cheered on later today when we go racing for 200 kilometres. Van Gisbergen and McLaughlin, both winners here in the recent history, picking up the speed with the Sangyongs and ready to rumble. Got some off-board action to watch out for as well. It's Tom Vanderloos and the Save the Rhinos Ssangyong. And let's do this. A big undercard with Formula Ford, Central Muscle Cars, the B&T V8s and the big thunderous Trans Ams, but it's the Sangyongs first at bat. Building crowd. And look at that for a formation to the green flag. Let's go racing in New Zealand.
Flag, green flag.
Already looking for a push. That was Mallard with his teammate Watson. That's how they were doing it yesterday in qualifying. How's the bravery around the outside? It's dirty out there. It's dusty. It's cold. It's slippy. And it's Christina Orwest who holds her nerve on the inside to lead down towards turn 4, Railway Bend. And onto the backstretch. She's done it. She's clear.
And if you're only just tuning in to the Ssangyong Series for the first time, this is pretty standard. We might see the first 2, 3, 4 laps where we've got 2 wide action until they settle themselves out. How good are Mallard's fluoro gloves where we could see his hand going, come on, let's go forward, come on.
Gives a shove. Bit of bump drafting going on at turn 5. Jump on the anchors. Brooks side by side, trying to make that one stick. James Watson, and gets shoved wide. This has been a scene of some chaos over the recent races here. Everyone just searches for grip on that curb, some getting the grass. Turn 8. Big braking zone back down the gears to first.
A little bit of 3 wide action on the entry to the hairpin.
Whoops.
That won't last for too long.
That's awkward. 17 going nowhere. And not the only one. So what's happened there? That almost looks like a failure of some sort, mechanical. Scattered the field a little bit too.
They're not huge horsepower racing cars, these Sangyongs. They're a fully fledged race car, cage inside them. Dropped a little bit lower than standard ride height. But momentum is your key. As soon as you lose any form of momentum, you're in trouble. But I'm with you, Chad. That looks more serious than a missed gear shift and just a poor run out of the hairpin. That looked like some sort of a driveline failure.
And if that's so, that'll be hard to move. As a matter of fact, it's immovable. And it's an awkward spot. Double waved yellow, so there'll be no passing at the exit of turn 8. Watson's got the mirror hanging off it on the right-hand side. That's flapping about. So he's had a rub. And similarly, the left-hand side for Brooks pushed in, so not hard to figure out what's happened there.
Well, could we call that a self-adjusting mirror? depending on when he's braking and accelerating or turning.
Movable aero.
Yeah, it just seems certain. He's like, yep, it's good, I can see. Oh, now I can't.
Cooper stuck and going nowhere as well. And it's down at the end of pit lane. So caught up in that little melee. There's a couple of parts. They've withdrawn the yellows as well, so free to race. Good news. Let them have at it. Christina Allwest still leads.
I'm as surprised as you sound about that, to be honest, Chad, because where it's parked, I mean, it is out of harm's way, but it is still parked semi towards the racing line, so that's okay. The officials have all the information and they'll be making the best decisions possible. So start replay. Really, really clean, neat line, wasn't it? And how's those hands there from Mallard to Watson saying, come on, I need a bump, I need a bump. We need to be in front of Allwest, because if we're not, we know that she's got pace in that car and she'll drive away from us.
She's the reigning champion. Vanderpool back down to second. Sequential gearbox built in Nelson, New Zealand.
That's the little Ziploc bag going on the dash there, and he's got his phone in it, and it looks like it's got a G sensor doing
awesome.
It's old school data analysis.
I was wondering what that was. Well picked. There goes a right rear tail light assembly. Now what's happened here? 17 pulls up short. Cops a shot in the back from a couple. Does look very driveline related.
Yeah, should normally be flat on the throttle out of that hairpin there, and it's a little bit of an aero adjustment on that car.
Poor Alex Sherry, he has no luck here. He did something similar to his Toyota 86 a few years ago, but it was a bit more terminal than that. We've lost a couple of parts around the circuit. That's at the exit of turn 4. And we're still good to race there as well, so they've swallowed the whistle here in New Zealand. I like that. Let them go. Let them race.
It's just a little bit of plastic tub liner, so or front bumper bar. I don't think it's anything that's going to do any damage, but you'd have to say it was off the front of the car that we just saw a replay of there.
That is awesome.
It's still going.
No.
Still going.
Go on. Yes. Find me a better move this weekend. I'm calling it now. That is the pass of the weekend already.
So my question to you then, Chad, accidental or intentional?
Where's my braking mark? Oh, there it goes.
It looks like Watson's just got in far too deep, far too hot.
It is. This is crazy. Talk us through this.
Let's see how this plays out, because my read is it was a little bit of a mistake. So Allwest, Mallard, and then Watson on the extreme outside. Looked like he turned in on the grass, which has then got the rear loose. No, he's not on the grass, but you can just see a little bit of dirt kick up from that left rear. And how's the tyre deflection on the left rear? He's hanging onto it. And about now he goes, you know what? I've got this. I'm out here. Let's see what we can do with it. Release the brake. Try and stay around the outside of your teammate as well in Mallard, so he knows he's going to get some room. Down the inside at 2. I'm with you. That's pass of the weekend.
That
already. We're done.
Something else. Good stuff.
You didn't answer my question, though.
What was the question?
Mistake or intentional?
I think only Mark Mallard knows the answer to that one. Go on, well, here's his chance to prove it. Do it twice. Go on, around the outside of Christina Allwest. Can he double down? He's moving for it. He's going for it. He's going to lick the stamp again. And he's going to hang on the outside and do it again. Nearly, not quite, got it cleared. Oh, and he makes a contact and he sends the race leader and champion out of contention and into the fence.
It was never going to be as nice as the previous lap. When you're racing your teammate, you'll give each other a bit of room. Allwest was well and truly entitled to crouch then. But my read, I feel like she's driven across the front of Watson. Turned herself around. Watson was allowed to be there. You got to give each other racing room. Now this is going to continue. Just my thoughts. I'm sure Allwest will see it very different.
No doubt. The tailgate stuck in the fence and her rear tyres in the gravel.
It's not unlike race car drivers to disagree or have a very varied opinion on how an incident plays out. I've been in that boat before.
The he said, she said argument, that one. This is good stuff. They bring the entertainment, the Sangyongs.
So one thing that did just answer for us, Chad,
Was no mistake.
intentional.
Yeah.
Because you were sitting on the fence there. You didn't want to answer it, so I'll answer it. Definitely intentional.
He answered it for us, and we're still going here with a lead pack of, what's that, call it 6 cars. The 44 of Top Regime's just lurking, and he wants another one. This guy lives in the top draw. 3 laps in a row, and it's twice on his own teammate. And that is how you sort it out. 3 times in a row in 3 laps, twice successful. New race leader. Watson driving the wheels off his Ssangyong. Here it is again. 3. This is the second time when he tried to get around the outside of Christina or West.
So this is the bit I'm interested in. So he's on the inside there, up on the curb.
Straightens a bit off the curb.
It's the way it comes down off the curb. That angle probably looks a bit worse for Watson than this one did. This was the one we saw before when he came down. A little bit of a tap there. I'm going to revoke my previous comments.
Okay.
And we'll squarely sit it in the lap of Chad Nailon to decide that one. No, we'll send it to the steward's box.
How's the poor little Ssangyong trying to find some purchase to get back onto the racetrack. And of course, we've got Christina's point of view of that. She claims to be New Zealand's fastest mum.
That's a good claim.
She could be New Zealand's angriest mum after that one.
Well, after yesterday, she could be claimed to be New Zealand's fastest Ssangyong driver around Pukekohe too.
Yep.
She's got a very, very impressive qualifying record. So this is a replay of
The third one.
the third
Oh
attempt.
no, this is back to live now. So we've got him back leading the way with Watson, Mallard, Brookstone, and Regine in the top 5. And this, what was a 6-car battle pack's potentially growing.
It was interesting when we were on board there with All West and we saw it was only quite a light tap from Watson, but the amount of lock that she had to crank on to try and save that car, so suggests that quite a light rear-end car and not a lot of help is required to actually get the thing unloaded. Unfortunate. And if you're looking at the timing screen on the leaderboard list on the left-hand side, that is not one Craig Lowndes in position 9. It is Nick Lowndes, no relation.
New kid on the block. Nick Lowndes in this championship with a scholarship prize. 1 to go next time by. Second last time at the hairpin. Oh, bit of push and shove going on here. That was Tim Dossett to the inside.
And while we're watching this little battle pack, All West has made her way out of that fence. We saw her trying to get some traction from the rear tyres. She currently sits in position 15, fastest person on the circuit.
Watch out, Andy. This is a bit wild and willing. And they've caught it. Yes, you're right. She's gone purple and set the fastest lap of the race. I was a bit worried we're about to have a couple in the fence then. And I think there's an ongoing issue.
Well, somebody's still trying to out on the right-hand side there.
He was waving around. I think he's trying to start off the racetrack because he knows he's got an issue. Last lap of what's been a highly entertaining race. Can anyone catch Watson? This is a replay of what's just transpired coming onto the front straight. They got wheels hooked up there. Good save.
Good save because there was a lot of help going on there.
That was Alexandra Whitley who had to do the wheel work there. A regular of this series, originally from Toowoomba. One more passing opportunity here for Mark Mallard. Try and reel in James Watson. What a good motor race this has been.
Which is going to be a difficult task for Mallard because Watson has shown massive commitment 3 times round the outside at turn 1. If Mallard had anything, he would have been able to take the fight to him at that point. And for Ssangyong Racing, that's quite a big gap that Watson holds at the minute.
Should be enough from here. Yellow flags in this sector anyway. So it's going to be a win in his second season with a potential question mark, but he doesn't care for now. He punches the air with glee. And that is awesome. James Watson picks up the win, but there could be a time penalty, we're hearing. So it was with a question mark.
There we go. That penalty there has been hung out. It doesn't show what car it is, but we'd have to assume that it's car 3 for the contact with Or Watson.
Yep.
So we have just had clarification that that sign drive-through penalty is for car 3. That's disappointing.
So they've made the call and they have pulled the trigger. Mark Mallard then will be your race winner. They were working together at the beginning of that race anyway, and that is an awesome, awesome result for Mark Mallard then, 4th overall last season. And it's going to be Watson getting relegated with a drive-through penalty, which would be the equivalent of about 30 seconds, so drops him way off the order board there, and quite a long way down the list. Top Regime did a good job driving up the field. Christina Orwest went back to 15th, up to 12th. Should be highly entertaining later on driving through the field. They do mix up the formats a bit as well, so it's not exactly just progressive grid. That's a really cool shot from the Avis drone cam above turn 1. Started with a bit of pushing and shoving, and it didn't end there. The Ssangyong Rhino Racing Series, first of 3 races this weekend. We saw some awesome moves.
Really, really good race. Really good start there. Field lined up nicely, but from there, and we got some chaos on that opening lap, didn't we? A bit of side-to-side contact, which is fair. Some really good hard rubbing and racing. Fortunate little mechanical failure there, 17.
That was the move, wasn't it? Watson's first attempt around the outside. That was on Mallard for 2nd. We thought, did he mean that? Well, he proved it next time by going the full send on Christine Orwest for the race lead. They tangled at 2. At 3, Orwest was backwards and in the fence. That would be the equivalent of a drive-through penalty.
Tried her absolute best, Orwest, to try and catch that slide. Wasn't able to. Only light contact made her way out of the dirt track.
So this was that same lap. They continue to scrap next time by. Once again, he lives on the cushion, this guy. That is awesome. Not afraid to go to the top of the turntable and get it done around turn 1. That was just an awesome move for the lead. Unfortunately, all for now, as he got given a drive-through penalty, which clearly he didn't know across the finish line. He'll be a disappointed man when he's told, because it was an incredible effort to win that race around the outside. Already looking forward to the second one.